Well, I don't have shit going on in my life. And Adam just teed it up. Let's do what to see with Sarah G. I sound so enthusiastic. And that's because, well, I should be more enthusiastic. But this week, I decided before I leave the glorious state of Tennessee, located in the United States, let's discover Nashville together. Nashville, Tennessee, for those of you who aren't aware, right now is known by many as the bachelor or bachelorette capital of the country because there's tons of woo girls fucking everywhere, drunk on party buses and singing Shania Twain at the top of their lungs. So yeah, that's what most people know Nashville for right now. But before it became the it city, it was really known and is still known for country music and all the live music venues. And then before that, it was known for water trade because there's a big river that cuts through the city, and also our railway system that we don't use for public transportation. But hey, we have really cool railroads downtown. Did you know? Fun fact. And Adam's been to Nashville too, so I'm sure he's going to chime in with all of the fun things he thinks about the city and where to go and what to see with me. So, okay. I'll start off with some typical touristy things to do and then break down some bars and restaurants Adam's going to hate. And then we'll just finish it off with other random things that I think are worth seeing. And I will call out some places that suck because don't get caught in the tourist trap of some places that suck. Okay. Okay. Let's first start off downtown, or as many people just call it, Broadway. That is the main street with all of the country bars and a couple of restaurants here and there, but that's where you go to basically black out when you come to Nashville. If you want to see live music and party, you're going down to Broadway, which is totally fine. You definitely need to check it out. Specifically, the one bar you need to check out. If when I leave here, like I tell everybody, go to Robert's Western World. Ignore most of the other crappy bars. They all play the pop country music and it's the same old shit. But at Robert's, they're the original honky tonk bar before Broadway was what it is today. Cause like all of this like country music celebrities own their own bar now. Like there's a Jason Aldean's, there's a Miranda Lambert's, there's a Luke Bryan's, like all of them own that their own place. But Robert's Western World has continued to be there even when going down to Broadway 20, 30 years ago wasn't safe. That place has really sunk its teeth into Nashville, and they struggled during the pandemic to even stay around. But it's a good spot, and it's probably the place where you could get the cheapest beer. And they also have a a food item called the Recession Special or the Recession Package, I think. And it's a moon pie, a bologna sandwich, and a bag of chips. And I think it's for like $5. And it's always on the menu as something you can order. But it's a fun time, more chill, not the pop country stuff. And then the other place you need to check out is Acme Feed and Seed. They're similar to Roberts. They just have a mission to save the unique cultural aspect of music in Nashville and the community in Nashville. So it's another cool spot to check out if you're on Broadway, which of course, if you're in Nashville, you're going to visit. Now, of the other bars that are on Broadway, please stay away from, for the love of God, Tootsie's Orchid Lounge. It's the big purple building. You can't miss it. The owner is an asshole, and he refused to shut down in March of 2020 because he didn't want to comply with what the mayor was trying to do. And he rebelled and kept his shit open for a week after the pandemic started. And he's an asshole. Just don't go there. It's a cool building. Take a photo in front of it. Or you can walk inside of it. Just don't spend your money there. And I will say too, when you're down on Broadway, sorry, I'm like kind of negative, but like just I'm giving you the local inside scoop here. When you're on Broadway, all of the bars are free to enter. So if you're used to paying cover fees for a lot of places, you won't have to worry about that in Nashville. So that's another perk. As you're downtown, Ryman Auditorium, you definitely have to check out. This is the spot where bluegrass was born, where Johnny Cash met June Carter. And it's the original Grand Ole Opry from 1943 to 1974. Now that the Grand Ole Opry has now moved to a location about 20 minutes outside of downtown, but this was the original Grand Ole Opry. It's a really cool historic venue that you can tour, and like the seats are pews. And it's just really historic, and it's supposed to have really cool acoustics. I've been there to see a couple of shows. It's a nice venue. It's cool. Worth checking out. And then while you're downtown as well, check out Fifth and Broadway. They just opened that up not too long ago, and they have a ton of restaurants and shops to check out. You can get Hattie B's hot chicken, which is like the other popular thing to do in Nashville is just burn your asshole by eating hot chicken. I will say that's happened to me. Burn your asshole eating hot chicken, either from Hattie B's, or you can eat at the original hot chicken place, which is Prince's Hot Chicken. They're credited for actually popularizing hot chicken and inspiring other restaurants. And just like fun fact, origin story of hot chicken. The woman who created it was to kind of like fuck over her husband because I guess he was cheating on her and he wanted her to make this chicken dish he loved. So she added more spices to it to like not to punish him basically. So like Roy really loves eating hot chicken because it's like I'm being punished and I'm like, why? Why is that a good thing? And then you're punished later too. So anyways, there's hot chicken. If you're still downtown, steps off Broadway, it's worth checking out Printer's Alley. That's home to all of the nightclubs, and that dates back to the 1940s. If you're a little tipsy, it's fun walking down there, grabbing a hot dog from Daddy's Dogs, and they have veggie hot dogs and regular hot dogs, so you got to try them out as well. And then as far as other bars to check out downtown, the Bobby Hotel, I know it's a hotel, but they have a really cool rooftop bar where you can check out like all of the city, and they have like different themes during the seasons and stuff that's worth seeing. And then the hidden bar at the Noel Hotel. I don't know if Adam, I tried to take you here or not. I feel like I tried to take everyone here, but you enter through a storage door. It's like an unmarked door that just said storage on it. And then during the different seasons as well, they have it themed, and it's kind of cool. So yeah, that's downtown. Places to eat. I know I've taken you to Mas Tacos because you hated it.
Yeah.
But it's my favorite taco spot in town. The line is worth it to me. Adam doesn't agree, but it's definitely.
And Roy doesn't agree either, by the way.
Don't bring him into this. He doesn't. Okay. He doesn't like it because the tacos don't have cheese and he thinks that's a disrespectful taco. But I disagree. I think they're good. So Mas Tacos is a good one for me. Fifth and Taylor, if you want something a little bit high scale or just a little bit fancier, high class, whatever. And then Once Upon a Time in France. I have not been to this restaurant. I have tried so many fucking times to get into this restaurant. It's a very small, traditional, like French bistro. They don't take reservations and they only have a handful of tables. So once they're full, and I've just always struggled to get in. But everybody who's gone that I've asked how it was, they loved it. So worth checking out. For date nights in Nashville, here are my top bars to go to. In no particular order, we have Bastion, Bar Sovereign, Rosemary, and Pearl Diver. These four all have like a really cool vibe, really great craft cocktails, and they're like the hip spots in town, in East Nashville and some other spots. Then there's also Patterson House, which is kind of bougie. They have really creative cocktails, and they'll just ask you, what do you like to drink? And they'll make something nice for you. And it's, I don't know, the mood there is just very, very sexual. I don't know. I had a date there and it was very sexual. I don't know the place, the drink. It was a very bougie, like sexual vibe that night. Maybe I was just really drunk. And then there's LA Jackson, which is also upscale, and they have a really cool rooftop, but it's kind of on the trendier side of things. If you go here to be seen for you drinking your $20 craft cocktail as the sun sets, and it's fine, but it's just know it's like an bar to go to. Okay, outside of bars, the more important things. Centennial Park. It's a really large park to hang out in. There's a Parthenon there, which was built in 1897, and it has American art galleries inside, and that's pretty cool, just sitting in the middle of a big park. The Gulch, which has a lot of shopping and restaurants, and also where the infamous Nashville wings, the white wings that are painted on a black wall that everybody takes their photo in front of, that's in the Gulch. 12 South, there's a lot of shopping there. There's also restaurants, but famously enough, Reese Witherspoon's store, Draper James, is located there, and there's like a white and blue wall there that is very like IG popular as well. So that's in 12 South, and then also Frothy Monkey for coffee, and it's like a Tennessee-based coffee company. And then Midtown, more bars and restaurants. We were in Midtown. We went to Stillery. We went to Hopsmith and we went to Stillery when you were here, because you got in my car and you were complaining about how small my car was. But those are two cool places. But that was in Midtown. That was cool. And then there's also, you got winners, you got losers. No, you probably don't know that country song, but there's a winners and a losers bar right next to one another. That's a fun place to go. And then let's just round out hikes and other things to do right outside of Nashville. There is Machine Falls, which is I think that's the like one of the prettiest falls around town. And then there's also Cummins Falls. And that's what to see this week in Nashville, Tennessee, y'all, with me, Sarah G.
Y'all.
That was a lot.
It was a lot. Yeah, no, we tried to go to Winners and Losers. I think both times that I was there recently, but they were both closed or they're doing off hours and stuff like that. So I didn't make it there. Yeah. And yeah, Mas Tacos, I was not impressed with. In fact, every place you've ever recommended there, I've not. And like, I think otherwise you usually have pretty good taste about things, but I think you're just something about Nashville.
You
I just
don't
think
like every place I've recommended in Nashville you think is
not on
terrible?
this, not on what you just said here. I'm sure there's some of these, but we never tried. I didn't try any of these places for the most part. Because we went to several bars that I hated every bar we went to.
Okay, Roy picked the one that you didn't like the most. He was like, I think Adam like this one, and then you would like always shit on it. You're like, that bar was the worst. And I'm like, yo, that was the first time I ever went there too, but okay. But it's more of a hipster vibe there, and you did not
Yeah,
vibe
I
with
just
that.
did not know it. But then there was that bar that we went to with when Lisa came and we met. Where was that?
That was Hopsmith.
Was that
That's not,
awesome?
but that
Yeah,
wasn't something I picked. Don't blame that shit on me.
well, I'm
That
blaming
you guys
you.
were already sitting there, and I was like, oh, we're gonna fucking go here. Sure, fine,
Well, we just
whatever.
didn't know
There
where
are
to
other
go, I
places.
think. Yeah, yeah. I think I also every time I've gone to Nashville has been a weird time. And
That's true.
just
Yeah, you came in like June of 2020, and then you also came what early 2021 another
yeah, and
time.
then back through again. So like yeah, every
Yeah.
time I feel like it was so still like things had not gotten normal, but had gone back to normal. But yeah. And I don't get the whole hot chicken thing. I don't understand why anybody wants to eat spicy food like that, but and, punish their asshole. Like that does
It's
not sound like
so
fun.
it's so bad. I can't
Yeah.
do it anymore. I'm getting to the age where the hot chicken is a no for me. And then there's also Bolt's chicken, but it's chicken and fish, so then you
Yeah.
can get hot catfish, same thing.
Oh yeah. No, thank you. But this will be good for you to refer back to after you leave Nashville and you're like you forget about all of the things you used to like to do or all the places not to go. Then
I
when you
mean, just don't go to Toot. That's really
just
my message is do not fucking go to Tootsie's. Please, for
right
the love of God.
there we
Every
go.
other place, check it out. Fine. See what's good, but not
Yeah.
Tootsie's.
And yeah, there we go. So hopefully somebody will enjoy that. Not me, but hopefully somebody will enjoy Nashville in that way. Enjoy all of your recommendations.